on Fox 16 News at 9, investigators piecing together a double homicide in Saline County. Plus, neighbors on alert following an officer-involved shooting.
I just don't know what happened. We're all in shock right now because he's the one person that we didn't believe this would happen to.
Why police say they had to pull the trigger. And a hero's welcome. Our cameras were rolling as local veterans made a tearful journey to the Washington, D.C. Memorial, remembering the time they served.
That was a terrible thing. Children, women, and children now, but it saved my life.
Right. Why the government shutdown didn't stop their trip.
Live from Arkansas's breaking news leader, Fox 16 News at 9 starts now.
Good evening, I'm Suzanne Bruner. Two brothers killed in Saline County this afternoon. Deputies in Saline County continue investigating this double homicide near Chico and Hague. Fox 16's Melissa Schroeder is following this developing story. She's live outside the sheriff's office with the latest on this investigation. And Melissa, what can you tell us?
Investigators are still inside the department at this late hour, piecing together information from this crime. Deputies found the bodies of the two brothers in a wooded area here in Saline County just after 3 o'clock this afternoon. We're going to show you video now from the crime scene. Witnesses say the two victims were riding ATVs when someone shot them. The Saline County Sheriff says the brothers lived in the area and identified them as 49-year-old Donald Williams and 46-year-old Michael Williams. Detectives arrested a man but declined to give us his name. One witness who didn't want to be identified believes she saw the suspect running from the crime scene.
Jumped that fence, made a beeline. My dog went to attack him, my pit bull here. She didn't bite him. He didn't even look at her. His mindset.
Sheriff Cleve Barfield believes they caught the only person responsible in the brothers' deaths, but he wouldn't really give us a motive or explain exactly how this happened. He did tell us the brothers' bodies have been sent to the state crime lab as this investigation continues here in Saline County. We're reporting live tonight from the Saline County Sheriff's Department. Melissa Schroeder, Fox 16 News.
And Melissa, before you go, the new sheriff, he's only been in office for 6 days now. How is he reacting to this crime?
That's right, Suzanne. Sheriff Barfield did spend several years as a detective, a captain rather, in the Criminal Investigations Division. So he will definitely have a very hands-on approach as he assists his detectives in this investigation. But he did say he is the sheriff and he will let those detectives take the lead as they continue to investigate this crime here. Back to you.
All right, Melissa Schroeder, thanks so much for that report. And of course, we will keep you posted online, fox16.com. Friends and family members in shock today after officers shot and killed a man in Garland County. Investigators say the man pointed a gun at them, and that is why they opened fire. As Fox 16's Drew Petrimo found out, those who knew him say he was a nice person who everyone liked. Drew?
Well, Suzanne, relatives say 38-year-old Chris Samples is the man who was killed by officers late Saturday night, and it's someone they believe is the last person that would be involved in something like this.
He was a kind and gentle man, and I just don't understand how this all happened.
Bullet holes and shattered glass gave clues Sunday afternoon to the carnage that took place here the night before.
We're all in shock right now because he's the one person that we didn't believe this would happen to.
Garland County deputies and Arkansas State Police were called to the home off Stanage Drive just before 11 o'clock last night on a report of a dispute between a man and a woman where the man had a gun. According to the Garland County Sheriff's Office, at some point the man emerged from the home gun in hand. When told to drop it, officers say the man pointed the gun at an officer, and that's when they opened fire.
This whole neighborhood, I don't know of anybody in it that didn't like Chris. Neighbors
say 38-year-old Chris Samples was a truck driver who lived at the home with his girlfriend.
Chris is always willing to help. He was always there if we needed him.
For its part, the Garland County Sheriff's Office isn't officially identifying the man officers shot and killed, only saying that he died at the scene and that an investigation is underway.
Well, the Garland County Sheriff's Office did not comment on this case after a press release that was put out early this morning. We will have more information, new information, though, as this investigation continues.
And again, when police went out to the scene, it was on a disturbance call. Any idea what that was about?
It appears to be something involving this man and his girlfriend. The caller said that this guy had a gun. That kind of put officers, you have to think, on high alert when they responded. Two different law enforcement agencies. The question all the neighbors have is, you know, how did this guy that they love so much end up, you know, as officers say, pointing a gun at them and end up dead?
Probably have a lot of questions. Thanks so much, Drew. All right, and the FBI offering a reward of up to $25,000 for any information on whoever started a fire and cut 2 power poles. Last Sunday, Energy Arkansas reported a fire at its Keogh substation right off of Highway 165. Investigators say the fire was intentionally set, and whoever did it left a message. And early Sunday morning, 2 power poles behind the McBride subdivision in Lonoke County were intentionally cut. That led to a power outage that affected about 10,000 customers in the Cabot area. Call police if you have any information. In tonight's Arkansas's Most Wanted, U.S. Marshals need your help tracking down Alicio Estrada. He's wanted for capital murder. Estrada is about 6'2" and 125 pounds. If you have any information, contact U.S. Marshals.
Now, weather to plan your day with Fox 16 meteorologist Natalie Walters.
Well, it's finally starting to feel like fall. Hopefully everybody got outside to enjoy a little bit of the beautiful weather that we had for today. Here's a look at what we saw this morning, though. Check out those morning lows. 42 over in Fayetteville. Chilly start to the day. 47 Harrison, 45 Mountain Home. We had those 50s as we look further off to the east. You can see where that cold front was located earlier this morning with those warmer temperatures off into the easterly direction. Now we are going to be seeing another cool night for us here again off to the northwest. Those areas are going to be a little bit cooler, but overall just very pleasant, nice, dry conditions are expected for us here. Pinpoint radar not showing any activity at all. We actually do have that ground clutter around the radar site. Usually that happens whenever we have the clear skies. The radar goes into clear air mode. That really just means that we have calm conditions across the region, and we are expecting things to remain pretty calm over these next few days. High pressure going to be dominating our weather pattern, keeping things on the nice side. Here's a look at what's going on with temperatures right now, already in the lower 50s for areas off to the northwest. 51 Harrison, 51, that's your temperature in Mountain Home. We have 62 right now, Little Rock, 57, that's your temperature in Stuttgart. So it is a little bit on the cooler side, and waking up tomorrow morning, you'll need that jacket. Kids heading off to school tomorrow morning, waiting for the bus, going to need a little jacket for them too. There you can see those temperatures warming up to about 67 by noon. Lots of sunshine. Overall, it's going to be a gorgeous day. Here's what we could expect in our forecast. It's going to be nice, cool, and crisp for tonight. It's going to have a beautiful start to the week too. We're talking about those 70s for highs, lows in the 50s and some 40s, but we are going to be warming up by the middle of the week. I'll let you know how much more we're going to warm up by the middle of this week, and also another cold front on the way by the weekend. I'll have details on that coming up. Suzanne.
Thanks, Natalie. The federal government remains shut down, but now the Arkansas National Guard is calling most of its 738 furloughed employees back to work. The recall does not include 294 state employees of the Arkansas Military Department. The 10,000 guardsmen will not be paid for the missed training. According to the Arkansas National Guard, the monthly impact of those drills, $2.9 million in wages. All 350 furloughed civilians at Little Rock Air Force Base will also report for duty on Monday.
The welcome in was so tearful. It was so emotional and touching.
As we wrap up day 6 of the government shutdown, programs, parks, even monuments remain off limits to tourists, and the timing couldn't be worse for a group of veterans. Fox 16's Jocelyn Tovar flew with the honor flight that gives veterans a chance to see Washington, D.C., some for the very first time. Jocelyn, this sudden barrier didn't stop their trip, though.
No, Suzanne, these men are still fighters well into their later years, and in this, the first part of a 2-part story, we were there as they were first confronted with this shutdown.
They're still a little groggy at 6 a.m., but dozens of World War II veterans sit patiently clutching their tickets. They're at the Bill and Hillary International Airport Terminal, where their honor flight is taking off.
This is special. Now, I know it's a pretty big deal.
It cost sponsors like Walmart and Tyson Chicken $75,000 to make sure these men and women see the capital of the nation they fought to defend. Veterans like Judd and Richard Spades, a father and son pairing who both served.
He was a POW in World War II. Sure was. It'd certainly be a different place without him.
Alrighty, you're all set.
These veterans who bravely survived unimaginable challenges during World War II tell me they've confronted much bigger obstacles than those waiting in D.C.
If they barricade us, we're going to break down the barricade.
Once on board, honor flight officials tell me if there is a problem in Washington, they have a secret legal weapon.
He's a World War II veteran, and that's with him on this trip.
Recognize him? It's Chief Justice of the Arkansas Supreme Court, Jim Hanna, who downplays his position's ability to get the veterans around any barricades.
I hadn't heard that. They mentioned something about that, but I think that was some fun.
As the plane lands, another political figure waits to greet the veterans. Arkansas Senators Mark Pryor and John Bozeman. It's a hero's welcome, packed with pomp and circumstance. The greeting is overwhelming. Servicemen thanking servicemen. Servicewomen thanking those who paved the way. The veterans walk or are pushed along the lines of supporters. Before it's time to head out, some words of encouragement from Senator Bozeman, whose father served.
We appreciate you. You're going to have a great day. You can see that the warmth, the admiration that everyone has for you, what you did.
Signs of the government shutdown mean the vets have to stay back at the Lincoln Memorial. Abe is barely visible from where the barricades cut off access.
It's sad. Bathroom shut down. This is unparalleled anything.
So many visit the Korean Memorial instead, appreciating the statues of comrades from a different war, or they relax near the mall's reflecting pool, let their minds go back, remembering everything they've gone through and fought for.
They left, they fought and won a war and come back and went right to work and built a society and built a country. Now they just sit back, and that's what you're supposed to do.
And during the second part of our series, Traveling with this honor flight, we're there as the veterans head to the World War II Memorial, see how they react when faced with barricades standing between them and a memorial for a war that they fought. It's a little later on in our show, Suzanne.
What a touching story. I love the reaction when they got off that plane. So heartwarming. But also, what is the veterans' age range?
Well, you know, it's a wide variety. A lot of the veterans were also sons of the World War II veterans, so you know the ages range there, kind of younger. But the oldest one was 99 years old,
99.
And we're going to hear from him in our later story.
I'm so glad he got to go, and I'm looking forward to your second story.
Absolutely.
Great job. Well, coming up, a part of the U.S. government not on hold is deportation. 1,100 illegal immigrants are being sent back to their home countries. Why some say deportation should not be an essential service.
When you hear stories of families getting separated, really it makes me want to say not in my Arkansas, not in my United States.
You're watching Fox 16 News at 9 with Suzanne Bruner, sports with Jason Snavely, and weather with meteorologist Natalie Walters. This is Fox 16 News at 9.